The package I was waiting on from K-Tuned has arrived, so you know what that means. It's time to get an engine in this MR2. There you go, guys. Had to do it for the meme. If you like that, give this video a thumbs up. I'm probably never doing that again. I have a whole bunch of drywall dust to clean up now. Like, got all up by my welders and stuff. But I think it was worth it. You guys can let me know. But yeah, I did get this package in from K-Tuned today. Inside of here is the power steering and AC delete kit. And it comes with the new bracket for the alternator. And then it comes with an alternator belt. So this is what I was waiting on before I could put the engine into the car, because I wanted to do all of this while the engine was out, because it's going to make it a lot easier. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I also did paint this center section of the transmission, the bell housing piece right there. Just got that all painted up and it looks really nice. And I also got the K-member down here painted black. So just got that done as well. Saw some comments saying I wasn't going to get that done, but proved you wrong. I went and did it. And yeah, I also went to the auto parts store and picked up a brand new alternator for this thing, since we didn't have any spares lying around. So that is ready to go with the K-Tune kit right there. And I also need to put the harmonic balancer on, and I also need to get a water pump housing off of one of the K24s we just have lying in the back, and take the housing off and all the necessary hardware, and get all this silicone cleaned off and get a new water pump with the housing on right here. And then I can paint that real quick to match, and then that will be done, and then we can run the belt and everything once all that stuff's on there. And that should be pretty much it. And then I can go ahead and throw the mounts on from Hux Racing that they sent me a long time ago. I have the solid mounts from them. They're actually back over here. I got to clean these guys up a bit. But if you guys remember, Hux Racing sent me these a long time ago, back when we were about 60,000 subscribers. They were one of the first companies to ever help us out. And they sent me those for the MR2 way back when. I'm going to be reusing these mounts. I've had them laying around ever since I pulled the motor out of this thing. My goal for today is to get the engine and transmission mounted into the car. As you can see, I already got it pushed in between the lift right here. I am the only one at the shop right now. It's Saturday and nobody else is here. But since I just got that package from K-Tune last night, and that's all I needed to get the motor into the car, I was really excited and I just want to get it knocked out. So I came over, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm not doing anything else today, so I figured let's try to get this engine in there, and that will be one less thing out of our way, and then we can really start getting this thing knocked out once the engine and tranny are all mounted up in there. So that's what we're gonna do today. I have to go track down a water pump housing and get everything else on there, and looking at it now, I also need a starter. So I'm just gonna go start piecing everything together that I need, get everything else assembled on here, and get it ready to go in, and we'll go from there. Well, Brent actually stopped by for a little bit.
That's ready to drop in.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sure. It's gonna be so much easier with the lift now too. Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's like the main reason I waited.
Tried to pull it out the top.
Oh, it did not work at all.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I almost made it too.
Hours of fighting it.
I was about to say hours wasted, but at least I have the knowledge now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be so much easier just to lift the car over. So I just got the water pump housing on, and I was cleaning it off, getting ready to paint it. And I just realized that my intake manifold is definitely not going to fit with this idler pulley right here. I just tried to test fit it, and it does not fit at all. You can see how much room that takes. And I was just looking over here at Wago, and as you can see, we have the same power steering AC delete kit on Wago from K-Tuned, and that idler pulley is completely gone, and then there's just this little flange right here left over. So what I'm gonna have to do is take the idler pulley off that one as well. Then I'm just gonna take a Sawzall and cut that flange off so I can have room for my aftermarket intake manifold. So before I even paint this guy, I have to get this pulley off, and I'm just gonna take a Sawzall and cut it right off, and I'll make sure I'm really careful not to go past anything. But I have a lot of room on the backside, so it shouldn't be too bad, and it's aluminum, so hopefully it will cut through it pretty good. All right, I got the water pump housing back on. I ended up just taking it off to cut this top piece off, And then I also cut a piece off right here off the front. There was a port that was right there that I welded shut, and that just ran to the intake manifold from factory, but I'm not going to need that anymore. So it is all welded and blocked off, and it was much easier just to take it off and run that through the bandsaw. And now I have plenty of clearance for my intake manifold, and I went ahead and cleaned it off while it was off the engine, and I repainted it so it looks nice and clean. That is back on and ready to go. So now the next step will be for me to put the balancer on the front, and then I can start putting the alternator on. I already started to dig into the kit, and I got the alternator out. And it did come with this extra pulley for the alternator if I wanted to swap this out just to make it look a little nicer, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with that. I'm gonna leave that guy off. I'm fine with this one right here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the balancer on and just keep going from there. All right, so I got the alternator on, got the balancer on, got the belt ran, and everything is tight and ready to go. So I was actually fighting this alternator for a good couple hours because the first one I ordered was the wrong one. I had just told the part store to give me like a 02, 03 RSX alternator, and I thought they were all gonna be, you know, basically the same, but it was slightly different, I guess, since that one's for a K20, and I had to return that one because when I bolted it up, the pulley was slightly off. And then I realized, oh, that's probably what this is for because it kind of puts more of a space on it. But this pulley that came with the kit didn't fit on that other alternator. It would rub like crazy and just would not work. So I was like, what the heck? And then I went and looked at Wago, and I could tell that the alternator was different. And I know Wago had like an Accord style alternator on it because that's all my old MR2 stuff and my old K24 stuff. So I went back to the parts store and I returned the other alternator, got this one. This is off an 04 Accord, and it fit up perfect. And that is what this pulley right here is for. You do have to swap this out because the one that comes with it is slightly sucked in, just a little bit like that. And then this one just brings it out so it's lined up nice and straight with everything. But long story short, that is done and ready to go. Another thing is I never found a starter. I do have one at my house from when I pulled this car apart, but I have to go get that later. But I'm not going to be bolting the intake on like permanently, so I'm not worried about getting to all this stuff later on. It's going to be really easy and open to get to even in the engine bay. So I'll be doing that later. And all I got to do right now is get the motor mounts on. I need to get this side mount on right here, and then the one that goes to the transmission. And yeah, that will be enough to drop it in the car. I just need to lift this thing up and move it over. Actually, I need to move the MR2 over first, get it on the lift the MR2 up, put the engine on the engine hoist, slide it under the car because I don't have any sort of little dolly right now, and I'm going to rest it under the car, bring the MR2 back down over it, and then I will bring the engine hoist back over, lift it up, and try to finesse it into place. But she is just about ready to go in, so I'm going to go ahead and get the mounts on there, and I think I'm ready to start lifting the MR2 up in the air and see if we can't get this thing in there. Yeah. Woo! Check it out, boys. The MR2 has an engine again. Holy crap, has it been a minute. Jesus, dude, it looks so good too. I went ahead and threw the Pro J back on there just because I like looking at it. But man, I can't get over this, guys. I am so excited right now. I cannot wait to get this thing up and running. My motivation right now to get this done is just up there. I want to get this thing to my house. We have some stuff to fab up with Hayden, And man, I am just so excited. Right now I only have these 2 side mounts holding it. I still have to put the back mount on, and then there's also a front mount I need to get on there. And I just don't even know what else to say. I'm stoked. I didn't even scratch the paint hardly at all putting it in. I was really careful. I didn't get anything dirty, even though my hands are disgusting. I barely rubbed on the paint on the inside of the mounts, which is, you know, expected. Trying to put this thing in there, especially getting it on my own, but it came out good. I am just so happy right now. It looks so good in there, and I'm honestly digging the pink valve cover. It looks pretty sick. It matches like the white and black pretty well, but I still don't know if I'm keeping it yet. You guys can let me know what you think, but for now it's staying. And yeah, I guess that's all I got to do for today. I accomplished my goal. Motor's in there. There's obviously still a lot that needs to get done. I gotta throw all the sensors on, gotta figure out all the coolant, gotta get the clutch little cylinder thing on, and still a lot to do, but it is in there, guys. It's mounted, and I'm just so happy that she finally has an engine again, and I'm just really looking forward to having this thing up and running. So hell yeah. All right guys, I'm getting out of here for tonight. I'm pretty beat, but the MR2 has an engine in it once again, so really pumped about that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Kyle / monster meme, or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully that wasn't too cringy. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but you guys wanted to see it. And I do appreciate the monsters you guys have been sending. I'm actually kind of running low on my monster supply, and all the monsters I've had were from you guys sending them to the shop or the P.O. box. And I'm just saying, we're getting pretty dangerously low on monster energy. So if you want to keep your boy, you know, pepped up, you know what to do. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.